Yay! Welcome, y'all, to the next episode of PPC Presents. And we're real talking today with my homie and my cuz, Rooni. What's up, Rooni? No biggie, legit professional, works in TV. They're here to talk about whatever the fuck they want to talk about, honestly. Whatever the fuck you want to talk about. So, what is on the brain of Rooni these days?
Oh man, well, I'm stuck in quarantine, so I'm really just trying to
Of course, COVID.
Yeah, I'm really just trying to load in all the shows that I don't get to watch when I'm working because I work in TV and it's long days and long weeks and then just weekends are recover. Yeah. I started watching this show Upload, and have you watched it, Liz?
No.
Don't.
Oh, no. That really? Okay. Please do tell, though, because I want to know.
It's very corny, and I'm sure people love it, but it's so, San Junipero, it's kind of that you get your consciousness uploaded when you die. Okay. But it's very kitschy and
okay.
I was just watching it and it put me in a bad mood.
Oh no. Okay. So bad.
It's not for me. I'm sure other people might like it.
Yeah. Well, maybe maybe I won't completely watch an episode, but I'm going to do some research because I feel like I'm going to feel like you do about it.
Yeah. I always hate I hate putting a bad taste. My opinion is my opinion, and everybody else can have theirs, but sure. Oh, this kind of goes in. I was just reading your article on American Horror Story. You didn't like 1984? You weren't feeling it?
I did and I didn't. I thought they could have done better. I enjoyed it, but I was disappointed.
Fair. I mean, I feel like Ryan Murphy's American Horror Story always starts out really well. And then they hit this point in the middle and you're like, oh shit, it's building up to this point. What are they going to do from here? And then they just let you down.
Yeah, dude. And Apocalypse was the same thing, dude.
Yeah. I think the only one that got me from start to finish was Murder House.
Murder House was excellent.
And then Asylum is great. But then at the end, spoiler alert, I was like, aliens?
Yeah, dude. It was totally Indiana Jones, the new Indiana Jones, where you're like, really, guys? Aliens. That's what we're going with? Got it. Cool.
Yeah, cool.
I guess. Fine.
And what was Coven again? Kind of, it got a little too much at the end.
I mean, I fucking love Coven, but I mean, I definitely see where you're coming from.
Yeah, it's always just the pitch is really solid, and then somewhere in the middle they're just
it just flails fucking out.
But we watch it anyway because Ryan Murphy comes out with some great content. It's in this world, every season just creates this world of all possibilities. Yeah. And he brings it I think I don't know if that was his first show, if those were his first
American Horror Story
popularized well-known shows, because I feel it was season 3 where I was oh, I get who Ryan Murphy is now. He wasn't really on my radar because right. I mean this was back
dude,
whatever.
Well, but dude, you're way ahead of me because he didn't come on my radar until way later. Well, he came on for me when I got into Scream Queens, and I was like, oh shit, Scream Queens is the bomb. Yeah. And I'm like, this is so Chanel is so much Madison Montgomery from Coven.
Yeah, so I haven't watched Scream Queens much.
And I was like, okay, Ryan Murphy, same thing. Clearly, and that's when I was like, oh shit. And then I got into the assassination of Gianni Versace, and I start seeing.
Yeah, I haven't watched that one yet.
Oh, oh, please, yes.
So many shows, too little time. But yeah, now you can't go anywhere without seeing fucking Ryan Murphy's name on it.
Dude, he's everywhere, dude.
I I've met the guy. I've worked with him.
Oh my gosh, how is he? Is he? Oh, of course. I mean, I guess with the assassination of Gianni Versace,
Yeah, he like doesn't talk to you unless you're a good-looking male.
Oh my God. Okay, so if you ever watch the assassination of Gianni Versace, you're gonna be like, okay, so that's him then. That's him.
Yeah. Yeah, I worked on Pose season 2, so I'm like all in the. He was like, I'll tell this one story because it kind of just like puts in the bubble of like who he
So
is.
excited. Yes.
So we're in the studio and it's fucking huge. It's like 1 million stories high and we have like 5 different sets on it. And like he hated the sound of the door closing, like to come into the stage. So it's like, you know, those big metal like doors with the push in the middle that like, you know, they're heavy because it has to be like soundproof. Yeah. So we had to put a production assistant by the door to like gently close the door as it was closing so it like wouldn't make a noise.
Because
because like the click sound bothered him.
Right. Cool.
And they could have been on the set that was like completely diagonal from that door.
Damn, Ryan Murphy. God, I love your shit, but damn.
Yeah. And then, oh my God, the first time I met him, it was on this like freight elevator into this studio that we were like shooting on location. And it was like some big deal, right? Because I have the walkie-talkie in my ear and they're like, it was the first day he was on set for this season. So everybody's like, oh, Ryan Murphy's on set. Like everybody be on your best behavior and do blah, blah, blah. And so I was there on the ground floor like to receive him and then bring him up to where we were shooting for the day. And so they told me to get him this freight elevator completely private. Nobody else in it but like his assistant and me. And they were like, just fucking fade in the back, pretend you're not there. And like, just kind of like lead him into set. Like you don't exist. And I was like, great, that's fine. Like whatever. So then this makeup artist like jumps into the freight elevator with us. And I was like, you can't be on here. This is meant to be private. She's like, but you guys are going up to set anyway, blah, blah, blah. I was like, all right, but just like stand in the back and like, we just are going to just be really quiet because like, Ryan Murphy's right there. And then her fucking phone rings and it was so loud and we're in the elevator and I was like my hands started sweating. Like I was like, oh my God, this is his first, like, I was like, I'm just going to go hide.
I had one job.
That's how it happens.
Wow. Wow, dude. Okay, so Ryan Murphy getting a little anal about a lot of things. Got it. Check. Ha! 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 I just can't help myself sometimes.
Nailed it.
Thanks.
Nailed it.
Thanks. I'm glad we got to talk about Ryan Murphy because I've written a lot about him and...
Yeah. I mean... He's a genius.
He is, dude, but a lot of geniuses are kind of dildos sometimes, so.
I mean, I'm not going to say that, like, he has a reason to do that, but, like, you know, whatever. Also, I just want to put this on your radar, and however far this reaches, that outfit that he wore, what was it, to the Emmys or something with the...
Yes!
I like to refer to that outfit as Clam Daddy.
Clam Daddy.
Or Clam Zaddy. Either one really works in that.
Fantastic. You could hashtag that when we post this video. Fan-fucking-tastic.
Clam Zaddy.
Yes. So I heard, and I don't know if you've heard about this yet, probably have, that Robert Englund is now joined the cast of Stranger Things.
Oh, sick.
For season 4.
That's awesome. Oh my God. Well, I worked with the DP that did Stranger Things, the first 3 seasons.
Director of photography, for those of you.
Director of photography.
Yes.
Yeah. Tim Ives. He's fucking awesome. He's like really good, like down to earth person. Isn't like really, really nice guy. And like I was wearing a sweatshirt one day that says like Hawkins, Phys Ed. It was like a Nike collaboration they did. And so like somebody was like, you should point that out to Tim Ives, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, I don't want to bother him. Like,
yeah, what the hell? Like, look at my sweatshirt.
Yeah, I did it anyway because I like attention. And he was like, "Oh, you're a fan of the show?" And I was like, "Yeah, like I love Stranger Things. Such an awesome show, blah blah blah." And he just pulls out his phone and starts showing me pictures from behind the scenes with all the kids and like all the set. Look, this is another one. This is Luna.
Hey,
Like, yeah, it's my roommate's cat. Oh my god, she's scared.
so cute.
But yeah, just like showing me all these videos of the kids and like, oh, it was so cute. And then he like brought me a hat that says Stranger Things on it, and it has the logo of the company that they use for craft services. I was like, okay, thank you.
You're like, all right, cool.
He also gave me some spoilers for season 4, which I told you in confidence.
That's right.
I cannot say here.
Yeah, no, hush shit, for sure.
That was a while ago too, so I'm sure you don't even remember.
I actually do because I was so excited that day. And the first thing I did was brag to my then fiance, yo, I just got some in-depth information about the Stranger Things, but you can't tell nobody. And I actually haven't told anybody, so hush, y'all. But
that's
definitely
virtual pat on the back.
Yeah, gotta check out Stranger Things season 4.
Yeah.
I'm like super excited. Quick cue, do you know because you know how in the show Eleven's mom, her name is Terry Ives? Is that in any way connected to the fact that he's Tim Ives?
I mean, maybe. The DP doesn't have like, as far as I know, he had nothing to do with the writing. He just does like the lighting and camera stuff.
Coincidental.
It could be, yeah. Or yeah. They're just like, hey, Tim Ives, you're dope. Let's put your name in this movie. And I'm sure he was just like, okay.
All right, fine.
Okay, whatever you guys want to do.
Get her done.
Yeah. Sadly, he didn't come back to the show I was working on, and it showed. But it's okay. Hopefully that show is cool.
Well, but like also, I'm kind of really excited about how excited you are about this director of photography. Like that makes me want to really look out for his shit, you know?
Yeah, I mean, also I just like when, for me, anytime that like somebody who's at like the head of their department, I like them based on the way that they treat their people. You know, it's not only the people in their department, but it's just like also like I'm at the low rung in my department, you know, and he doesn't treat me like that. Like I've worked with people who, you know, treat production assistants like shit because we do all the grunt work and we're just like these fucking young kids scooting around, but like I'm not getting any younger.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And I'm like halfway through my days to like put my book in and start like getting, you know, more pay and like a higher job title, but
yeah,
it's good where people remember when they remember where they come from.
Yeah.
It's very humbling. And like, I don't know. That's also like, because I would love to like work with Jon Favreau or like Bill Murray or Tina Fey. And then the problem is that like when you meet them and then if they don't live up to your expectation, like that's also like a sad moment.
So in the last video I did Julio Unplugged and we were doing like musical Would You Rather. He threw me this question and he was like, I already know how you're going to answer. And he was completely wrong. But he was like, would you rather, you know, hang out with Michael Jackson at the Neverland Ranch or Prince at his mansion?
Yeah.
And he assumed that I was going to go with Michael Jackson because, you know, I've loved Michael Jackson since I was a fucking kid.
Right.
But I was like, bro, I know you know that I love Michael, but let us remember who Michael is.
Right.
And like what I'm like, honestly, let's think about what these experiences would be like. Okay.
Yeah.
Going to the fucking Neverland Ranch, no fucking thank you to deal with his, I don't know what he's gonna be like in person. Like I was like, I don't want to ruin, you know what? I was like, I'll definitely go hang out with Prince. He'll play the guitar, he'll make me fucking pancakes. You know,
right.
A good time. I can try on his clothes. It'll be fucking fantastic. Like,
I like also just when you pose that question, I think of too, like, I would love to hang out with Prince. I read an article that this DJ posted, like small time DJ would just do like parties and stuff. And he wrote this article because he was hired to DJ a date that Prince had with a woman.
Oh my God.
And so, you know, I think it was in some sort of like tribute to him, like after he passed. And like the guy was just like saying how nice he was, and like he was so nervous, but like, you know, he just made him feel welcome. And the DJ played this song. I can't find it anywhere on Spotify, but I'll send it to you on YouTube because it's just like this random, like it's a remix to a Smith song that's like very mellow. And he, like, Prince loved it so much, he went up to him and was like, can you repeat that? And he did that like 20 times to just like repeat that one song over and over again. And he was like, the date didn't look like it was going well, but I had a good time with Prince. So that's the kind of, like, I would love to hang out with like this like musical genius that lets other people DJ their dates and like actually like interacts with them and gives them feedback. Like,
well, plus, I don't know about you, but I'm that person. Like, I hear a song I like, I can listen to that shit over and over and over and over, and I love that. Oh, hey, kitty, what's up?
Hey, buddy, he's snoozy.
Hey, bud. I know that. God, it just makes me so happy to hear everything I've heard about Prince. Just, of course, I would choose fucking Prince. Like, who? Yeah. Oh, Prince. Oh, we miss you, Prince.
I mean, I feel that way about like Bowie also.
Oh, absolutely.
Like who? Well, here's another showstopper. Who would you rather hang out with, David Bowie or Freddie Mercury? Like these are the questions that we need to be asking society.
Yeah. I think, and what it comes down to for me at this question, it's about just the things that have influenced me the most and who's been around me the most. And the person who has influenced me the most is David Bowie. Because I've known David Bowie. He's been on my radar since I was in the 3rd grade. Freddie Mercury came on my radar much later. And David Bowie, he made his biggest impact on me in Labyrinth, you know, the movie Labyrinth.
Oh, yeah.
Connolly, Jim Henson, dude. And of course, I knew his music, and he collaborated with Freddie Mercury, you know. And,
that's true.
But also, because one of my biggest influences is Joan Jett and the Runaways, and the Runaways is, of course, Joan Jett's first musical project. And both Joan Jett and Cherie Currie, the lead singer of the Runaways, were heavily influenced by Bowie, like heavily fucking influeed by Bowie.
He wasn't in that time.
He was androgyny, dude. He was glam. He was.
Yeah.
Oh man. So and not. I mean, Freddie Mercury's influence was no less great, but Bowie was just kind of more around and more influential for me. So what about for you though?
Oh man, well it's tough because I know that like Freddie Mercury had a bunch of cats, so that's like also very intense.
Yes, dude.
But I think like culturally, definitely Bowie. I agree. I piggyback on everything you said because I too live an androgynous life, and just to like for somebody to do that so publicly and at that time, you know, like in history, it was something that wasn't really around. No. And like even if it was so like taboo, but he was still loved by everybody.
Yeah.
Like they of course people are going to see what they want to see, so I'm sure like people didn't pay attention to like that. So, you know what I'm trying to say.
Yeah. But he, like you said, he did it publicly. He was loved. He was adored. He was worshipped. Yeah. I mean, if you look up Cherie Currie describing her going to a Bowie concert, anyone influential talking about going to a Bowie concert, just the energy and the excitement, what they went through to get there.
Yeah.
Like, and that alone should tell you. And they're like, no, like, they were like, the show is fucking fantastic. Like, everything from the weight to this and that. And Bowie he just has this fucking magic. I mean, Freddie Mercury, of course, fucking does as well. But what Bowie did for glam and gender politics and gender identity and music, and I mean, who would Madonna and Lady Gaga be without David Bowie?
Yeah, I was just thinking of like Lady Gaga's tribute performance in whatever that was, whatever year that was.
Yeah.
But that was pretty dope.
It was fantastic.
I can get into a whole conversation about Lady Gaga and how amazing she is.
Go on, dude. Please do.
Do you? No, I just think that like it's so, I don't know. She just like also is like really a real person and like deals a lot with the community and like with mental health, and that's something that I truly admire because and also she's just been she's just been so many people, and I feel like she's very like worldly and knowledgeable because like at first I remember when she first came out and it was just like this weird meat dress person
that
and
went to like award shows with Kermit the Frog as her fucking date, and I was like, yes.
And just like, and you didn't know who she was at all. She was like a complete anomaly, and just so much has happened between then and what, you know, what she is now and what she's doing now. I think that for a while, like nobody knew her actual name. Nobody knew what she actually looked like. And I think that also has, because I know that like she went through some shit also where like, you know, she was beat up a lot, beat up in the sense of like everybody was like, you're never gonna make it, like you're never gonna make it, you're too ugly, you're too that, you're too that. And they're like, at most you'll just be a songwriter, and like did she shit all over those people. Well, and just like being a humanitarian as well, like that's, to be a celebrity and to like be public about like your mental health and like your yourself as a human, like it's so hard,
right? Like your journey as that human, your mental health journey, your development. I mean, being open and honest about that honestly takes a fuck ton of balls, like
I mean, and publicly too, and just like to not like I try hard enough to not take things personally at work. Like imagine that on like a worldwide level. Like
for sure. No, I mean, unfathomable, really. But it's interesting because to hear like a lot of people told her you won't make it, and it's just so funny the amount of people, because Joan Jett was told that. So much. The Beatles were told that. Albert Einstein was told that. Like
everybody has been told that at some point, but like that's the only way that people make progress, through like failure and through like it's all about human reach. Like it's all about who you touch and like who you know drag in from that failure, like because everybody fails, but it's like, you know, that's just what, I don't know, in the end makes them more loved and adored.
Well, and also that's also where you get to make a choice. Like
even if people hate you, they're still talking about you.
Well, no, and that, well, so that's where you get to make the choice, right? When people start saying whatever, that's when you get to make the choice. Am I gonna buy into this, or am I gonna be fucking Joan Jett and fucking Lady Gaga and be like, oh, I can't do what? Sit tight, bitch.
It's hard. It's like a long road, but
it is, dude. It is, but it's obviously fucking possible, dude. That's been, I feel like that's been the motif of this fucking year, at least for me. I've noticed, like, you know, shit's fucking hard. Obviously.
And I think a lot of my, like, there was a lot of things that I wanted to like plug in here, and a lot of the things are like I'm so impressed with how much like Black culture representation is starting to become like, you know, what it never was, and what it was never, like, you know, like breaking all those
it never has been, but it's coming.
Like between did you watch Lovecraft Country? What are you doing? I gotta go. I'm sorry.
Check it out. Bye. Also catching up, because I also just started watching Mr. Robot. Super late on that one.
I mean, I worked on it and I never watched it.
Okay, so then I am not that bad.
I worked on season 4. Let me tell you, Christian Slater is like the nicest dude I've ever met in my entire life.
you are killing me right now because the crush for Christian Slater is so real. You like so real.
Yeah.
Ooh, I am so excited to hear that he's wonderful.
Oh man, amazing. Like first day he was on set, he's just going around saying hey to everybody. Cause that, you know, it's been like maybe the same team for all 4 seasons. And he's just like, oh, hey, what's up? Like, blah, blah, blah. Like, he's like, he would even come up to me on set because I was working with the actors on the show. And, you know, sometimes actors just like disappear. And like they're being called to set and you're responsible to bring them to set. And you're like,
that's so insane, dude.
But yeah, he would always like tap me on the shoulder and he'd just be like, I'm gonna go to the bathroom and I'll be right back. And I'm like,
thank you. God bless.
And then I was only on that show for a month until I moved over to Pose because I was like staffed and hired on that job.
Yeah.
And my friend ended up inviting me to the wrap party, and you know, it's at like Mr. Purple in New York City on this like rooftop bar, and it's all like everything's included, like
just absurd.
So yeah. And he comes up to me at one point and he's like, hey, how are you doing? You look really familiar. And I was like, oh yeah, I like worked on the first month or so of this show. And like, I would get you your coffees. And he's like, yes, I knew you looked familiar from somewhere. So good to see you again. Aww. Hope everything has been really well, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, what? Like Christian Slater's coming up to me at a party and shaking my hand and saying it's good to see me. Like, what is my life?
Oh, he's just magnificent is what he is.
Yeah.
Yay. Oh, good. Yes, Christian Slater. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. So wait, and you also got to meet Rami.
I did, and that was like right after the Oscars when he won for Bohemian Rhapsody. Yeah. He had to like walk around with this like huge bodyguard, and like I remember one day we were in Central Park shooting something, and like there's a fucking massive crowd of people because anytime you're doing like anything big in Central Park, like people will, you know, and we're setting up and we have a whole camera crew and we're putting the tracks down for the dolly and people are starting to like gather around. Mm-hmm. But the funny thing is that he wasn't even on set that day. All of his shots were doubles, like stunt doubles, because the whole episode he's just running. There's like all these different like stunt doubles with a hood up, like it's really easy. Yeah, because you just like they're running around and like jumping over shit. But I remember he was, you know, in a couple scenes, and maybe the next day we were shooting there, and like just these people were like, I remember one time we were like walking down the stairs to like go to set, and this one woman came up and was like, Rami Malek, we are the champion. I love you. I love you.
That's fucking fantastic. Was he just like, okay?
Yeah, he was a nice guy. I think he gets like, not that he gets like into his character, but you know, I didn't like hear much from him. He wasn't like extremely extroverted. You know, nice as far as I can tell, but like
just like a quiet, normal dude.
Yeah.
Doing his thing.
Yeah.
I mean, dude, I don't fucking blame him. That's whatever, as long as you're not being a dick.
Yeah. I think I feel like he was like still in character from Bohemian Rhapsody, because like he was always like sucking.
Oh. Dude, that's gotta be tough. You doing that for long enough to doing. That's fucking great.